Grade 11s, this is lesson 4 of week 27, and we're focusing today on water availability. South Africa is one of the few countries in the world that states in its constitution, and remember that the constitution contains all the laws of the country. Our constitution, and as I said, it's one of the few countries in the world that it states in the constitution that sufficient water is a basic right. That all people living in South Africa have a basic right to clean and sufficient water. However, can every person in South Africa claim that this right is fulfilled? In other words, although the Constitution says we have the right, in fact, do all people have the right? South Africa is extraordinarily rich in natural resources, except for water. So we are a water-poor country. Water is vital, but it is poor or scarce across South Africa. It is distributed unevenly, and that unevenly is in space, in other words, across South Africa, as well as at times we have seasonal rain. Now, the increasing demand for water, more and more people are demanding water, and the decreasing water quality makes careful water management a priority in our country. It is estimated that by the year 2025, the South African population will have doubled. Now that is frightening. We know that water is a basic right, but we know also that water sources are poor and water is scarce. If our population is going to double by the year 2025, we have a severe problem. Remember what we're looking at the moment. We're looking at crises that are impacting on the human population and the rest of life on Earth. And water availability is a crisis not only in South Africa, but across the world. Here are some statistics. There are 15 million people without safe water and over 20 million without sanitation. Those figures were 1990. The population with access to good water sources increased from 83% of the population in 1990 to 91% of the population in 2010. And so in 20 years, a further number of people had access to safe water. Almost 15 million people had gained access to water during this period. President Thabo Mbeki, who was president at the time in 2004, President Mbeki promised all households would have running water within 5 years. 5 years would have made it 2009, and we're still short of all people across South Africa not having running water in or near their households. In some rural areas, women spend up to 1/3 of their time fetching water from streams and wells. They're also responsible for using it to cook meals, wash laundry, and bath children. Water is therefore a very scarce resource in South Africa.